Live from the Cactus Creek at Ibri, he is the king of prime time, Ghana's undisputed entertainment laureate, and still the youngest old man in Ghana. Put your hands together, show some love for the indefatigable KSM.
The KSM Show.
Folks, now I have a guest today, man. This is a young chap, It's very interesting because these days I'm talking to more and more guests who, when I started my show, they were babies, man. This chap, I was checking on his data and I realized he was born on May 17, 1988. And I said, oh my goodness. When I started my show, I think he was 14 years old. But check this out today. He's a big man in town, man. Very well accomplished, one of the best on-air personalities you'll find in this country. So I'm going to be introducing him very, very, very soon. But just before I start, let me let you know that right now we have Holland Life Insurance, and we have Cactus Creek, and we have Paul's Fitness. They are all proudly associated with the KSM Show. But who am I talking today, man? This young guy, man, if I was ever to write his book, do you know the title I'll give to the book? It will be I Came, I Saw, I Conquered. You young ones probably don't know what this phrase is all about, man. But Google it and see. I came, I saw, I conquered. And that's the story of this young man I'm going to talk to. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. Show some love for my man, Giovanni. Caleb Giovanni. Caleb, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Good to see you, man.
This is like a dream come true, Doc.
Really? Well, it's interesting, because like I said, when I was reading up on you, quite a small boy crowd. But this is one of the best moments of my show, Get to talk to people like you who have now grown up and have become great people who are now my guests on the show. So you are my guest today. All right.
Before we continue, let me just say my dad is such a huge fan. My dad would make us, growing up in the village, would make us watch TV just because KSM is on. And after that, news time and the books.
Well, I'm glad. We're going to have a great conversation. But before we do that, we're going to pause just for 1 minute for a commercial break. When we come back, folks, Giovanni is in the house. We'll be right back. Yes, and as you know, Holland Life Assurance is proudly associated with the KSM Show, and we'll be giving you some details as time goes on. And one of the things that you need to have in mind is Mebimbo. Mebimbo is an amazing life insurance product, and no matter how much you can afford it through Mebimbo to get amazing life coverage for life insurance. And the way to get them is simply have a Vodafone SIM card, number one, Vodafone, and then dial *269#, and then follow all the voice prompts, and with no time, you get your assurance. And in case of any eventuality, disability, death, Holland will be there. Okay? Fantastic. If you want to reach them on the hotline and talk to somebody personally, then dial 0302-799-788. That's their hotline. That'll get you directly in touch with the customer service rep.
What here did he? A bush so be 1,000 Ghana cedi near Fashion or Penny could be a Ayaka.
Mommy, I have 2 boys in my home. See, my leg is broken. The hospital bill they are finished. My house money all they are disconnected. So what for no money? You come and say it down, mommy.
And tell family.
Me Bambo life insurance and tip and was some. A clear team, a year, a chance for body. Ukofeska him. Me catch the book and banku. With little money like 1 city. So when you are from here or catch him say insurance dear. A big man talk. You just dial *269. No about hash. Where we
always is a chicken. It's a chicken.
With 1 Ghana cedi, 5 Ghana cedis, 15 Ghana cedis, or 30 Ghana cedis per month, you can get up to 30,000 Ghana cedis for funeral and disability cost. Dial *269# to sign up via Vodafone Cash today.
Wait, I'm not.
Mebambo, insurance made for you.
Great news from Cactus Creek. The whole month of August, man. The whole month of August, we are running a special discount on all the rooms. You get 20% discount on all rooms from Monday to Wednesday. So make sure you call and get your room secured ASAP. And the numbers to call are
0302 955 432 or 0302 965 460.
And oh, by the way, on the 4th of August, we are having a pizza marathon at Brie at the Cactus Creek. Pizza marathon. If you haven't tasted Cactus Creek pizza, this is your time. It is the best. See you at the Cactus Creek on the 4th of August for our pizza marathon.
Located in the calm green hills of Ibury is Ghana's best.
To make your reservation, we have some new numbers. And the new numbers are 0302 955 432 or 0302 965 460.
The best decision you'll ever make. Welcome home.
Paul's Fitness Center, the premier destination for fitness in Ghana. Meet the indefatigable captain.
There are 3 things that I love doing. Number 1, workout. Number 2, workout. Number 3, workout. Workout put mind, soul, and body together.
The captain has spoken.
We're getting busy. Bright lights, yeah, they make me dizzy. Logo liggy. I just want the Lizzie. It's a logo liggy. Uptown, chasing for the Lizzie. Downtown, everybody busy. Logo liggy. Life be logo liggy. I just want the
Paul's Fitness Center, East Legon Branch, Lizzie Sports Complex, Cotton Street, East Legon, Accra, Ghana. 0302 519 675. Kumasi branches, Officers Mess Branch, Denyame, Major Kobina Drive, Kumasi 0541 871 602. Golden Tulip Kumasi City Branch, Rain Tree Street 0322 492 647. Paul's, the premier destination for fitness in Ghana.
Say what lie we for on town.
Most of you are loving my jacket. Mr. Sao, I am if rough. The jacket is provided by KSM Essentials. So if you want some, this is the number to call: 0209 059 215. So call KSM and get yourself a pretty decent jacket.
Haveling products. I've been talking about Haveling products, and there's a lubricant specifically that I'm talking about that is good to service your engines, and because of the viscosity, you can have so much mileage on your engine without wear and tear. So if you're looking to get yourself any Haveling product, which is, by the way, made by Chevron, top quality, the number to call is
059 944 3300.
And in case you want to service your car with Haveling products, then make sure that you service it at A to Z Automobile Servicing. Finally, Haveling is looking for distributors. If you want to be a distributor and distribute Haveling wherever you are, this is your chance. And the number to call to get your access to distribution Haveling products is
059 944 3300.
The KSM Show.
Okay, folk, like I said, I have my man in the house, Giovanni. Giovanni, you know, let me tell you something very, very interesting. You know, I was talking to one of my daughters and she was like, oh, who's your guest coming? And I said, oh, I'm talking to Caleb Giovanni. And she goes, oh, is he Italian?
I get that all the time.
You get really? I think Giovanni is like Italianish, you know? But
Italian name.
What's your
So my real name is Caleb, or Caleb. My wife loves to call it Caleb. So yeah, Elolo Kofi Ajoma. So Giovanni is actually my nickname.
Okay. Yeah, so it's like your entertainment show business is Giovanni.
I took it from uni. I was in the first year, and I was studying archaeology, and we had to read around this ancient Italian grave looter. And guess what? Went for a field trip, and the lecturer said I was dressed like the man, as it's been read about in books. So, and I was very noisy in class. So he wanted to call my name and mistakenly said Giovanni. Initially, I hated it, but then I had to just grow with the name.
So that's the history of Giovanni.
It's as simple as that.
Well, it's great to have you, Giovanni. You know, Giovanni, when I was introducing you, I see you as somebody like, you know, I came, I saw, and I conquered. And I'm saying that because you came from Denu, right?
Yes.
Is that somewhere in the Volta region?
Yes. Grew up in the Volta region. My formative years till uni days, the Volta region. Denu, I was in Jessica and KJB, where my dad was into rural development. So we traveled to rural areas my entire young life. So it was at university that I was like, you know what? Let me break away from the parental guidance. I said, let me just break out and discover myself. And that's how life really began, from my first time being independent and enjoying some form of freedom. So that's how it started. Yeah.
But that's the amazing part for me, you know, because you came, and coming to uni was the first time you're coming to Accra.
Yep. I remember very well. I got lost a few times, but I found my way back to Legon campus.
Where did you go at first?
My parents gave me the manual that anytime you get lost, just tell them you're going to Circle or Legon. They'll find you. and whisper to the mate, Jack, I'm a JJC. Just whisper to the mate. They always got your back. So that's how.
Well. Yeah, so this is where I want to take it from. So you came to Legon, totally, pardon my expression, green from Denu. You come to Legon, and then all of a sudden, you're big now, man. You're big. I mean, I checked the RTP awards that you have won, the emceeing that you have done, magnificent places, important places. Where did it come from? How did you just conquer like that?
So I would say that I took a lot of advice from people like you, where you would work hard behind the scenes. So when the opportunity presents itself, you're so ready to take it on. So what I was low-key just reading around. I'd like to tell people that I'm a failed pilot, really, because I failed my eye test, so I couldn't make it to the Ghana Air Force. Okay. But now I can be on the airwaves. So yeah, I'm also a pilot. I would love to.
You're still on the airwaves. So. You want to be a pilot?
I wanted to be a pilot so much. I mean, growing up in the Volta region during my time, we all knew only one person, JJ Rawlings. Your parents will know about him. He's like the model. Every barbering shop is there. His pictures all over the walls. Your exercise book in Rawlings is there. So like, in your face is like that standard. So growing up, I mean, we all wanted to be in the Air Force so bad, so we can hit Adomi Bridge.
And you didn't get to the Air Force, but you decided to get on air anyway.
Yeah. It happened that way. I started from the University of Ghana radio campus. I started from there. And basically that's it. From grace to grace. Thank God.
What do you think was special about you? Because you started with uni, and I know I don't know the trajectory, but I know you were once at Live, you have done GH1, you've done YFM, you've done where have you been? You tell me.
So I started from the University of Ghana campus. In my second year, I was on Radio Universe. So that's where it started from, really. I didn't even know most people were observing me from afar, like my future employers there were listening in, just observing me and listening. There were times Bolare will call me that he's listening to me on his way to Joy FM. And usually, my mood will change, everything. Then I remember sending the late Komla Dumont messages in his inbox telling him I really want to be like him. We are from the same place, Applaud Denu.
Wow.
I wanted to be so like him and all that. So when I finished my undergrad, I was privileged enough to be called to Joy for an interview. I failed. And then Global Media Alliance, then operators of YFM, ETV Ghana, called me up.
Joy, or they phoned you to come in?
Yeah, so some people had invited me to come meet the then HR and a few people and talk to them. But for some reason, I was never called back. So,
oh, really? Is it approaching you now, or that's just a rumor?
I feel humbled about that, but I don't want to say that.
That's what I heard. I don't know where it's. I said, when I get him on, I'm going to ask him and see, I said,
so
a good feeling though that somebody who was stand down during an interview, now the same person is being poached by the company. If it's true, I think it's going.
I can confirm that.
I knew you wouldn't. Anyway, so let's go on. So you got Global Media Alliance?
Yes, Global Media Alliance. I was on YFM, did my national service there, and then continued to be a backup presenter to most of the shows. Because then at Radio Universe, I was doing 10 hours a day. So I'll finish.
What program were you handling?
So I was doing almost everything. I even played Hausa music. I played Gan show, even though I don't speak Gan. I played. I DJ'd because I was just angry about it. And when it's time for vacation, I wouldn't go home. I'll stay behind and work and read around my crafts. So I just love to be behind the mic. I did a dating show then, which now is what I'm taking all the date rush vibe from. I'd been prepared for this from campus. So yes, when I started TV, my first TV experience, I still remember ETV. That was like some 11, 12 years ago. ETV, the late night show. Yes, that was my first ever.
That was TV your first one.
The first ever before the camera. I'm sure I was even looking elsewhere. That keep your focus on this lens. At some point, I thought I was cross-eyed. I look me London. Like, guy, you're supposed to be looking here. So excited and confused. And then I left there for Live FM, the EIB group. I went to Live FM briefly as a program. Then I did Star FM. Bolare was kind enough to hand over his drive time bell to me. And Anita,
I remember.
Yes, Anita is King. And then I did Duvet on GH1 television, the Thursday night. Before moving to Media General, 3FM and TV3. So that's been my journey. It's been 14, 15 years now.
Wow. Well, show some love, man. I'll show some love to you, man. But that's great. And your trajectory has been very, very impressive, man. What did you know of radio when you were in Denu,
My dad would listen.
About radio that excited you?
No, so this is the thing. My dad would listen to the local stations mostly. At some point, he would get us to listen to Joy FM. But in that, we were not really getting the reception. So I was mostly listening to, and I didn't even know I had this radio thing in me. I've always wanted to be in the military. So that was my dream from growing up. Started from the Boy Scouts, my church group, Raya Rangers, until uni. It was uni that I was part of a Christian group, singing group. You better believe that. No, so this is the thing. Because I don't sing well, I just joined them, so I dance.
Really?
So they'll request and I'll just go dance and create a whole scene. I had this group we call Abodan for Christ. So we dance at joint. We're just chaotic group of young guys who just give praise on campus. And that was it. So yeah, when I started, so I was part of the publicity committee for the group. We went to talk about one of our yearly concerts. And then the presenter then, Alfred Okanse, who is now my colleague at Media General, was like, you have a radio, you should give it a try. And that was it. So my roommates called into the show, like, yo, is that you? Telling you sound like a professional radio man, give it a thought. And I'm like, don't say it. Okay.
Wow.
So yeah, that's how it for me.
So being in it now, are you not like sort of rethinking that, wow, so this is where I belonged all this time? Because you flow.
Yes. So this thing, I struggled, I'm sure like every other broadcaster. From the onset, I struggled finding my style myself because I was always trying to be like the next Bola Ray, struggling to come like, and I felt like I wasn't satisfied. And I'd been doing this for, say, 8 years. And then I was like, no, until 5 years ago, 6 years ago, when I rediscovered myself, that just be yourself. You're fun to listen to, you're fun, you keep conversation going, you make people smile. Why don't you just side of you onto radio? And I said kudos to my employers for just believing in my switching style, allowing me the platform to grow. But that's what I think. Yeah.
Yeah. And I listened to an interview that you had once. I won't say who was interviewing you, but this is what I found amusing. They came up with very sensitive things, which under normal circumstances will ruffle whoever is being interviewed. But you just relax and crack your jokes about it. I was like, wow, I should learn this. You know what I'm saying? Does anything ruffle you?
I think I just take life to less serious. I try to just, be myself. And for those who know me for years, who like the Giovanni you see before the camera is the same guy behind the camera. There is no faking it. Guy just being himself. And sometimes that's how I relate with maybe negative energy. When I get people come at me or want, I just be myself. And sometimes I hope I'm not taken seriously, because if they take it too seriously, then I'd have to come back and say I'm sorry and all this. I just try to be myself. Basically, that's it.
Well, I find that pretty amazing, because when they hit you with that question, I'm like, ooh, let me see how he handles this. And you overhandled it. You actually turned it around, and even the host was saying, okay, it's okay. You let us leave it there. I'm like, Giovanni, I don't know what you say.
Who never F up, hands in the air.
What are your pet peeves? What is it that annoys you? You don't look like somebody who even gets annoyed.
I'm difficult to annoy.
Difficult to annoy?
Yeah, I'll probably just walk away. Like, if I'm not too happy about whatever is happening, I'm the type that walks away from a fight. Or you can call me all the names you want, but I'll rather go away. Because I've tried my anger once. It's not a pleasant thing.
You tried it. How did you try it?
My hands were quivering. I was like, is this me? It felt like those high school kids who wake up from trauma or something, just wake up from a trance. So I was like, is this me? This is what I can do when I'm angry now.
Did you surprise yourself?
Sorry?
Did you surprise yourself?
Yes. When I get angry, I surprise myself. So I'd rather push it away and make it. So whoever I'm probably in the battle with, I'd rather you win so I can go away in peace. Yeah.
Wow. This is getting so exciting. Now, I just want you to look at yourself, man, because I think I read somewhere some time ago, and the person was talking about sometimes you appreciate people not for the heights they have reached, but from the depths from which they started. So Giovanni's big now when it comes to being an MC, when it comes to radio presentation. You are like King of Primetime, although I borrowed that title from you very nicely. You know, but your Primetime show is so hot.
Yes.
It's worldwide. So I'm talking about how far, not how far you are now, but where you have come from. When you look at that whole thing in perspective, how do you feel?
I just appreciate God for the journey and the fact that I'm able to still get the energy to do this. Because one thing that happens to a lot of creatives is that as you go on, it becomes either you become stale or you get fed up doing the same thing over. It's like in my case, sometimes I get this renewed energy. I'm always constantly revived. I don't know where this comes from sometimes. And most of what I do are mostly experimental. Like there have been prank shows before, but when I came on the FM, I started to just add my own style to the pranks. And for me, it was such a relief. And I felt humbled when I had the legend Steve Harvey on my show. And he said,
I was going to come to you having Steve Harvey, man. How did it feel? It was Steve Harvey, for crying out loud.
Thank you. That was like, I'm sure it was one of the biggest points in my career.
Yeah.
The other big sides to my career is when I'm getting my salary, so I shouldn't be disrespectful. But when I had Steve in front of me, I couldn't believe it. Even until the point where he walked into the studio, I was like, what? Is this really happening?
Yeah. Because I wanted to phone you and say, Steve, the man you are talking to is my friend, man. Let him introduce me to you. That was hot, man. Congrats.
And he wouldn't stop talking about it. He even invited me over to South Africa for Family Feud. We went there and he's like, guys, this young man, his energy is on a different level. Yeah. And for me, that was I just thank God for that grace.
Wow. Let me take a commercial break, man. And when we come back, it's more of Giovanni. Stick around, folks. We'll be right back. Yes, and as you know, Hollard Life Assurance is proudly associated with the KSM Show, and we'll be giving you some details as time goes on. And one of the things that you need to have in mind is Mebimbo. Mebimbo is an amazing life insurance product. And no matter how much you can afford it through Mebimbo to get amazing life coverage for life insurance. And the way to get them is simply have a Vodafone SIM card, number one, Vodafone, and then dial *269#. And then follow all the voice prompts, and with no time, you get your assurance. And in case of any eventuality, disability, death, Hollard will be there. Okay, fantastic. If you want to reach them on the hotline and talk to somebody personally, then dial 0302-799-788. That's their hotline. That'll get you directly in touch with the customer service rep.
Mommy, I have 2 boys in my home. See, my leg is broken. The hospital bill, they are finished. My house money, all they are disconnected. So what for no money? You come and say it down, mommy.
Mebimbo life insurance and tip and was me. A player team, a chance for body. Ukofeska him. Me catch the book come banku. With little money like 1 city. So when you are some year or catch him say insurance dear. A big man talk. You just dial *269. No about hash. Where we
always is a chicken. It's a chicken.
With 1 Ghana cedi, 5 Ghana cedis, 15 Ghana cedis, or 30 Ghana cedis per month, you can get up to 30,000 Ghana cedis for funeral and disability cost. Dial *269# to sign up via Vodafone Cash today. Mebimbo, insurance made for you.
Great news from Cactus Creek. The whole month of August, man. The whole month of August, we are running a special discount on all the rooms. We get 20% discount on all rooms from Monday to Wednesday. So make sure you call and get your room secured ASAP. And the numbers to call are
0302 955 432 or 0302 965 460.
And oh, by the way, on the 4th of August, we are having a pizza marathon at Bree at the Cactus Creek. Pizza marathon. If you haven't tasted Cactus Creek pizza, this is your time. It is the best. See you at the Cactus Creek on the 4th of August for our pizza marathon.
Located in the calm green hills of Ibury is Ghana's best.
And to make a reservation, we have some new numbers. And the new numbers are 0302 955 432 or 0302 965 460. Most of you are loving my jacket. Mr. Sao, I am if rough. The jacket is provided by Essentials. So if you want some, this is the number to call: 0209 059 215. So call Asepa and get yourself a pretty decent jacket.
Haveling products. I've been talking about Haveling products, and there's a lubricant specifically that I'm talking about that is good to service your engines, and because of the viscosity, you can have so much mileage on your engine without wear and tear. So if you're looking to get yourself any Haveling product, which is, by the way, made by Chevron, top quality, the number to call is
059 944 3300.
And in case you want to service your car with Haveling products, then make sure that you service it at A to Z Automobile Servicing. Finally, Haveling is looking for distributors. If you want to be a distributor and distribute Haveling wherever you are, this is your chance. And the number to call to get your access to distribution Haveling products is
059 944 3300.
KSM Show.
Folks, we're back from the commercial break where I am in a very, very coded area, and I'm talking to my man, Giovanni Caleb. Giovanni,
sir.
We were talking about Steve and you having Steve, and I think that's big, man.
It is.
And has he invited you over? He should bring you over and host you over one of the shows.
I'm sure he got scared of my diastema. There's no way this guy is coming back if he gets to my end. I'm coming back to him.
Okay, let me talk a little bit personally about, by the way, your wife, I met your wife when, by the way, guys, she has come to Cactus Creek, man. Show him some love, man.
It's one of the best places.
I was leaving, and then one of the waiters came and says, "Oh, Mr. Giovanni is here." I said, "Really? Thanks." Then you came with your wife. She's adorable. And your kids, beautiful.
Yes.
One of them went to plug a little flower and then brought it to me. I'm like, oh, romantic like their father, right?
That's my daughter. She takes after me.
Really? Okay. You're the romantic type?
Yeah, everything drama. Yeah.
Everything should be drama, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. And I heard you met her while you were at YFM.
Yeah.
You're doing a show, and I remember YFM, you had a glass thing.
Yeah.
You could all look into and see who's presenting. So she saw you and said, I got you, baby.
UB40.
They put the UB40 on you, eh?
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah. So I was, this story keeps changing as we age. I don't know. I'm forgetting the story because my version is different from her version. She said I called her, and I'm like, no, she came in. You know, she was. So we're still struggling to find out who invited who initiated the move. But yeah, 6 years on, we're here with 2 adorable kids as our receipt.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, adorable.
Yeah,
it was so cute when she came and handed me the flower. I'm like, oh.
She does a lot. She's always like, Daddy, why don't you know how to dance, Daddy? Daddy, you're funny. Oh, are you a comedian? I'm like, where am I getting these things from? So you see her dance like me. In her head, she's the master dancer of all.
I hear the same with you. In your head, you are the greatest dancer that ever lived. You are God's gift to dancing.
That's right. When I'm seated in my head, I'm agitated, but when I stand up, then it becomes a problem.
So when you're seated,
I'm agitated. Agitated, slim bastard. But when I stand up,
there's another issue.
The hand-leg coordination is just terrible. Like.
So your wife, she's not Ghanaian, right? She's now.
Well, she's got a Ghanaian mom. She's Belgian.
Oh, okay. So now she's based here, or she goes back and forth?
We're working on her staying here permanently. She's been doing a back and forth now. Yeah.
And the little bit that I got from her, I could tell she's one of those people who speak well, like counseling sessions, and she has very strong pointers on life skills. There are few seconds that I heard from her.
She's been homeschooling our kids for the last 5 years, and the younger one 2 years.
When you say homeschooling, you mean they go to school at home?
Yeah, my kids don't have classmates. They consider myself
everything.
Yeah, so they're home all the time. They're schooling from home.
Wow.
She's heavy on homeschooling. They speak confidently. They consider us their classmates.
Wow. They do speak confidently. The little that I saw of them. Fantastic. Fantastic. Wow. Your parents. Tell me a little bit about your parents.
So my dad retired now. He used to work with the Judicial Assembly, and then at some point, Danida. Went to rural development. We traveled the length and breadth of the Water region. And we went to boreholes and all this community jobs. So we traveled a lot, but locally. Let me put it this way. We traveled a lot, but locally. My mom retired, teacher, girl child education director, and also retired. Yes. So basically that's parents. We are I'm the middle one. So 2 boys.
The middle one?
Yeah, I'm the middle one.
Okay, so there's an elder and the youngest.
Thank you.
What are they doing now?
Oh, my big brother is recently relocated. My kid sister is a businesswoman, a fashionista. She's also happy here with the family. So that's it. Basically, that's it. I'm the loudest of the family. I come from very quiet. Yeah. I'm always that guy in trouble. They call me Elolo in the house. So imagine you say Elolo again in Ewe.
Elolo. What does Elolo mean?
Elolo. But my dad, even though very quiet, every single word that comes out of his mouth is a joke. You would laugh your head out, and he doesn't laugh. He doesn't even smile. Really? The kind of number I've seen my dad laugh or smile, but he cracks me up anytime.
Wow. Yeah. What's his name?
Clement Ajuma.
Okay. And your mom?
My mom is Stella. My mom is right. Yeah, my mom is so I think that's where I took that from. Yeah.
And they watch you a lot? What do they say about your rise?
My parents were not in, they didn't really understand this whole media thing about me. Like, we're from this sudden craze, why do you want to be in the media? Why don't you come home on vacation? Why are you telling me you're on radio? But it's straight. So yeah, now my dad calls me Giovanni. Even though he didn't. So,
wow. So Giovanni, where do you see yourself? In the media, what are you trying to build? This is just the beginning. As much as I say you've risen and you've risen dramatically, very, very fast, impressively, I still know that you're still, this is still the beginning. What do you see?
There's an aspect of me that is not out there. I've got two aspects of me that is not out there. Like people don't know about stuff like that I do. I train talents, consult for a lot of young talents as well. I've been doing that consistently for the last decade. And I've got a humanitarian side. I do stuff with the UNHCR. So I would be very much love to continue in that space, very low key, impacting lives a soul at a time, just doing my own thing. But for the media,
go ahead.
I really want to train a lot of talents. Yes, just basically, hey guys, this is how to get it right. This is what you should be doing, and all those things. And maybe have my own media space, but again, low key. So I'd rather be at or behind the scenes and watch people just do them. Maybe I'll come in and then just impact. But I believe in giving back to society, no matter how huge or small.
Yeah. Can you be low key in anything you do?
Yes, I have my other side. I have my other side where I'm this very quiet, and people don't believe me when I tell them I'm shy. Sometimes they don't believe that at all. Like I have that.
Somehow I believe it because they don't believe me either. I tell them, I say, I'm a very shy guy. I want to keep to myself. Whoa, I guess you go through the same thing. Yeah.
It's just something creators battle with, but nobody really believes us. So
nobody. And I think that's what gives us the spark. When we are out of our shyness bubble, then we want to be domineering and do what we can to be, explode out there. And then we go back into our bubble.
Quietly.
Yeah. So even though I believe when you say you are shy, because I come from that background, I still can't see you as a shy person.
Yeah, it's sometimes when I get home, then it's my turn for my wife and the kids to entertain me. And trust me, I have a good, sometimes I laugh my socks off just seeing them do their thing. And it's interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah. So let's talk about emceeing, which you do a lot and you do extremely well. And you've emceed on very, very big national platforms. When was your first MC break? What did you first do that you were chosen as the MC?
Oh, I think I started emceeing before radio and TV all came in.
Oh, really?
So I used to be on campus with DKB, who MC all weeks. We MC the beach parties and campus events and all that. She also tried this radio thing. I applied the campus radio, I applied and failed. Then I did, there was something that happened in the hall, Commonwealth Hall, where I was a resident. And then I wrote a nice report, gave it to them, and they gave me a second chance. So the first time I didn't make it through for campus radio. It was the second time. And then they allowed me to start as a student volunteer. So the MCing thing has been, I would say that would be my very first break then, because that's what they put in food on my table. But I also say that there was this time, quite recently actually, even though I had been doing MCing weddings and doing a small events, it was 2016 when I did the Ghana Club 100. The serious president was there. For me, that gave me a different perspective.
Yep. That's an entirely new level.
Yes, that platform was huge. And of course, the Vodafone Ghana Music Awards I've been on for the last, 4 years, from red carpet host to the industry awards night host and the main stage. So it's been a gradual process.
A very fast gradual process. It's been a very, very fast gradual process. But you've done a lot and you're doing great, man. If I was to ask your wife, who's Caleb? What would she say? Do you have any idea?
Caleb is my baby. He's my I have a lot of learning She's always my number one critic.
Okay.
She believes that I'm always scared to make that next move. You know, that even though I live in my moment, I do my serious about my job, I have too much hidden in me that I'm always scared to make. So you're right. This seems like a warm up for me. Like I still have like the world is really young. I'm still struggling to find myself after all these years of doing that. So I think that's what I don't think she would say I'm romantic.
You wouldn't?
I don't think so. Because
Really?
her romance skill is quite high. So
are you trying to catch up, or you just decided this level is too much higher than me?
Still playing mid-league, you know, still warming up. Hopefully I get that. I'm learning the job.
I'd love to host the two of you together, though. One of these days, when I work from the studio, I'm going to invite you.
I can't wait. Yeah. You would love her sense of humor too.
I think I would.
There was this day I said something about her old picture, and she made a light joke around my head. I've still not. Yeah, I think I said something like, "Oh, it has to be a round neck." I was struggling to wear it, and she's like, "Oh my God, poor shirt or poor t-shirt." Something like I cried out of laughter. Like sometimes you go
on the shirt,
bad for the shirt because I struggled to just put this thing around.
So poor shirt.
Stepping in with my two legs and pulling up instead of trying to use my head first to wear it. Something like that. I cried. I laughed so hard.
Wow. So is that it for you, the two kids, or they are more in the works?
Oh, me and Gazanga said if I have my own way, I was born like double.
So much?
Born like double. I watched that many years ago. You remember that episode?
The Three Wise Men?
Yes. Like double.
They were born like that. But she is she more of the family planning type? Like, hey, Caleb, yeah?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
But one of these days, trust me, that Igbe in me, I'll beat her to the game.
What Igbe tricks do you have up your sleeve?
Sorry?
I said, what Igbe tricks do you have up your sleeve?
Well, I love kids. So I'm sure that, yeah, I love kids. I used to be, so this is the thing, I used to be a Sunday school teacher.
Oh, you were?
Yeah. I used to be like a Sunday school teacher in KGB somewhere, teaching kids. Guess what? I was teaching kids how to dance.
I hope that was not that was done for Christ.
Yeah, no. So now I feel like go to them individually to apologize. I would watch dance clips and then replicate the same thing. I got my timing wrong, but they got it right. So this is a teacher who is still struggling to learn himself. And I just go play the video to them and go, okay, so watch, then I pause. Watch, do this, watch it, and I made sure they watch it. So for Children's Day, I'll prepare them for all that. And then I'll take some random Bible verses and say, you to go and chew this one line for everybody. Then they come and this Sunday. I love kids. I love, I'm sure in future I'll have a kid show of my own. I love kids.
Okay. I think you do fantastic, man. And I think kids will love to find that kind of energy and creativity that you have. Kids love that.
They worry me at this event, when I go anywhere, the kids are like, oh, Uncle Giovanni, mommy, oh, see Uncle Giovanni. I've got like about 9 kids named after me. At least those are the ones I know. Because their parents came to tell me about it. I love kids in general.
Wow. That is so cool. So, Giovanni, there are some young people like you and younger who look at you and they're really also very impressed like I am. What's your word of advice to the youth who now look so misguided and unguided and everything, what would you tell them to keep them in focus? What advice would you give to the youth?
This generation, they don't hear advice.
They don't hear advice. What do they hear?
They would love to experience it themselves, but I always, no matter how far it drives to you, just don't forget to be unfair to yourself. There's always that small, tiny instinct in you that reminds you that when you're getting it wrong, that you need to really discover yourself. That's the first stage. And after that, everything else is just easy cheesy. Yeah. Wow. Because I tell people that growing up those days, we go like, oh, this person is my mentor, this is my role model, and all that. But then we don't really get to experience, or they don't tell us how they started. They don't tell us their journey. Sometimes we would like to think from afar for them, like, oh, I'm sure this is how we started. This is how KSM started. But sometimes you want to allow yourself to experience a bit of everything and find which works for you. Yeah.
And that's very good advice for me as well, because I always want to advise them, and learning from you now in terms of, they'll take the advice, but for the most part, they want to experience, So I guess rather than straightforward advising them, you want to share your experiences or something that they can relate to. I don't know, but thanks for that tip, man. It's useful for me.
Sometimes we love to make our own mistakes. This generation want to make mistakes, learn from them. We don't want templates. We don't want people to be telling us this is how to do it. This is how I did it. We want to. Times have changed.
Let me do it, and if it's wrong, I will know it's wrong, and I'll correct it. I'm warning you, this is wrong. Don't do it. You want to? If it's wrong, let me experience the wrongness.
Yeah.
I see. It's a good point for me, by the way.
Thank you.
Well, Giovanni, it's been great hanging out with you, man.
I'm happy.
You're so vibrant, and I'm sure I'll be in touch with other things that we can play with,
I'm all game. I work with the legendary himself. In fact, right after this interview, I'm going to tell my dad, guess what?
I tell you, on this Friday, you shouldn't miss it.
Now I tell people I've arrived.
No, you arrived way before this. You arrived, so I was running to catch up with you. I'm like, the guy arrived, I'll catch up before he leaves. Oh, Giovanni, thank you one more time. I've really enjoyed the time that I've had with you. You're exciting, and trust me, the best is yet to come. You've just about started. Trust me, where you go, Charlie, be easy. Okay, folks, I was hanging out with Caleb Giovanni. As I said, the man who came and he said, I came, I saw, and I conquered. And guess what? There's going to be some more conquering from his part. Such an exciting person, man. So until I come back next week, all of you join me in saying a big thank you to Giovanni. And we tell him that right now we are out of here.